It's your boy, Axel Rose, Shogun with the slogan, and you are now watching MVP Magazine. We got the vape in a place. This is not a cigarette, this is a vape. And you're back with another episode of Night Chat. I need to find a better name for that, but I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of. But anyway, we out here. It's real early in the morning, but it's technically still nighttime and stuff, so we can get it popping. So, we currently don't have Naga in the background, do you know what I'm saying? She just made herself a little bed. You may be wondering, what the heck is that on those cushions? It's just a little, it's a little blanket and stuff, and my cat was just using it to, do you know what I'm saying? Just get some sleep. But anyway, the topic of night flight. Oh, for a second, hold on. Let me see if you can see these. I don't know if you can see these here, but these are my glasses. Check it out. Yeah, your boy wears glasses out here on these streets. Your boy also had to shave, so I'm looking less like a convict at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But yes, today's topic for night chats will be Sony and them continuing their initiative of placing games on the PC. Now, as I said before, there's nothing wrong with, please tell me that you can see me on the camera just there, because if not, that's crazy. But yeah, basically, Sony out here putting more games on the PC. If you haven't seen my last video on Spider-Man Remastered hitting the PC, I suggest you go and check that out so you can have a more grandiose opinion. Shout outs to the viewer that's just joining us right now. But yeah. Now, first of all, if you want to join in on night chats and stuff, you can leave your comments and stuff. I will answer your comments as they come through, so don't feel afraid to say anything, do you know what I'm saying? But yes, Sony, they're out here. Do you know what I'm saying? They're out here, they're putting games on a PC now. They just brought Spider-Man to the PC, so you might want to check out my last video and just get the whole gist of where I'm coming from. I'm not just coming from the place of an angry PlayStation fanboy. Whoa, he just, you know what I'm saying? He's just salty. He's just salty that PlayStation games are coming to PC. I'm not gonna lie, a bit of it I am. I'm gonna keep it real. I've got a little bit of salt in my pancakes this morning. But apart from that, totally, it's more of a thing of keeping consistency with console brands. Now, Microsoft have already established that them and the PC have a strong relationship, and that goes back to before Microsoft was even making consoles. You know, as you can tell, Microsoft is a huge name in the PC space. They make tons of PC software, so them aligning Xbox and their games more with PC, it makes a lot more sense. I'm gonna keep it real. They're all like, Microsoft is one of them companies where the bottom line is the bottom line, you know, but these consoles need to keep their integrity so people can, you know, actually know what they're buying into. There's a lot of multi-platform games that come out on all of these consoles, and the only thing that differentiates them is their exclusives. You know what I'm saying? Now, speaking of that, I have a very interesting video coming next. Very interesting video, because Microsoft and Sony are actually in court right now, because Sony is actually contesting the Activision deal, and Microsoft is just tattletaled on Sony that they be paying developers to keep games off Game Pass. Yeah, it's about to get real. But anyway, that's more for my next video and stuff. Make sure you stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm back here giving you bi-daily content. How are you gonna hate on your boy for doing that? I'm back here, and I've also got my little development studio coming. I shouldn't even be talking about that. Let me hit you up with the glasses one more time. Anyway, hold on. So yeah, but going to be talking about Sony effectively almost selling out. We got the faith. We got to respect the faith. Now, we're trying to live. We stop smoking the good stuff. But yeah, hold on. So, before we get into knife fight, before we get into the topic of knife fight, we got to get into the game. Night chat. We got to get into the topic of the game. So right now, I've been on a real King of Fighters 15 kick because Dragon Doll bought me a copy early in the year. We're actually going to be streaming this together. You know what, to tell the truth, even though the PlayStation 5 is a really cool console, I only have one controller. And I got this pretty point, like if the stores are still open tonight, I'm going to run out and get one. But if not, definitely tomorrow after work, we can get me a new PlayStation controller so we could do 2-player. And then we're going to start another series teaching Dragon Doll how to play fighting games, which is going to be awesome. But anyway, King of Fighters 15, random team. So we're going to pick a random team before we get into the topic and actually see Wagwan. So, Shuhei. That's my, I'm not gonna lie, like I recently started training with your boy Shuhei, you know what I'm saying? Really cool character. I'm thinking about getting into him. Pause. So, Shuhei is definitely gonna be on the team. Let's see what color we're gonna go for. Is that a black version of him? Okay. We're gonna get some training with us. Let's see what colors we have available. Let's see what colors we have available. So first of all, Sony have, look, so when the Xbox 360 generation started, okay, cool. So when the Xbox 360 started, it was a very different time for Sony because Microsoft went ahead and purchased all those games that make the PlayStation 2 great. So all the games like Devil May Cry, Resident Evil and whatnot, Microsoft went on a tear and made sure those games was no longer exclusive to the PlayStation brand. A ton of stuff actually, like Final Fantasy and everything. So in the beginning of the generation, the Xbox actually had a ton of gained a ton of followers, a ton of fans that were really into the brand. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're taking games that have been PlayStation staples for a long time. And it definitely caused problems for Sony. And in the beginning, it was hard for them to recover because not only did Microsoft do that, they had their own games. And arguably, that's the time when Halo was its biggest. I remember Halo 3 coming out, and I'm not sure if you guys have heard of the rapper Fabulous, but he actually had Halo 3, and this was before the game even came out. I remember he had a 360 and Halo. He had the 360 and Halo in the video. I'll never forget that. I was like, whoa, how did dude get Halo 3? Before everybody else, he had Master Chief on some just chilling. I was like, dang, I knew that wasn't in-game graphics, but the fact that he actually had Halo 3 already, that was, well, what looked like to be something Halo 3 applied. The fact that he had that already was just fire. So Microsoft was literally doing their thug bizzle. Look at this come on. Oh, and as soon as you say that, man drops it, you know. This is why, that stuff like that is why I love King of Fighters and stuff. They just don't care. It's so funny how King of Fighters came back and brought doing long combos back into the mainstream. And then, let me see how to do this one. I'm doing it the wrong way. And then Street Fighter does an update straight away. It's like, oh, people like doing long combos. It's like, yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let me just try and get this combo out. Oops. It says it. Hold on, give me one second. Oh, dude! Oh, this controller. Cool. Here we go. Look at the damage. Absolute madness. Ooh. Oh wow, that's it. The damage on that combo was insane. But yeah, what's that? So the 360 was taken. The 360 was basically took all of Sony's great games, and then Sony, as well as having their own, and Sony had to find a way how to get back in a game, and the way they did that is by making their own good exclusives. So I remember when Motorstorm first came out, I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like this before. These graphics are literally amazing. And I had a standard TV when the PlayStation 3 first dropped, because I did have a 360 before the PlayStation 3. What happened is that I don't know if you guys remember, but the PSP was new at that time, and I had a really good job working with children. So what I did was, when the PSP came out, I bought one on launch, but I'm a collector, so I ended up buying a white one as well, and somehow I just ended up with a third PSP. So one day after work with my homeboy Jamie, he had a video games exchange store right around the corner from his crib. So I was at work chilling. After work I was chilling with Jamie. Shout outs to Jamie, by the way. After work I was just chilling with Jamie at his crib, and I had one of my because I had my main PSP that I bought on launch. I used to leave that at home, and I bought a white one as well. I used to leave that at home as well, and those were my main ones. And I had a third, so I brought the third with me and stuff. But that was kind of my run around PSP. So if I'd lost it when I was out and stuff, it wouldn't have been that much of a big deal. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I got another 2 in the crib, and I had a couple of games in my bag. So he had an exchange store right next to his house. So we just went there to like GameStop basically for my Americans that's watching. So the shop was called Game Station and stuff, so they'd sell video games and you can buy and trade them. I probably should have explained it like that initially in the beginning, but yeah. So what happened is we just went there to check some stuff. I wasn't even really in the mood to buy anything. I was just looking at some stuff. I was actually going to try and get something for the PSP because I was just really into the PSP at the time. And I saw that they had Xbox 360s, and I was like, all right, this is cool. Do you know what I'm saying? This is real cool. This is... I just did it because I had a regular Xbox at the time. Do you know what I'm saying? I was curious about that when it first came out, and I did enjoy the console. So they were offering really good exchange rates for the PlayStation Portable at the time, and I exchanged a PlayStation, my PSP, and about one game for a 360 game, for a 360 Core Edition, and one game. I think it was Dead or Alive 4. Definitely was Dead or Alive 4. So I was thinking, whoa, I got a 360 now. This is really cool. And there was a ton. I remember, like, even though it was at launch and stuff like that, I was pretty much satisfied with that little Dead or Alive 4 that I had and stuff. That was my first real online gaming experience where I was like continuously heading back to online. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I played Monster Hunter on a PlayStation 2 before, but I wasn't like continuously playing it online and stuff. But this was the first time I was like really playing the offline mode and then going online and playing. So got my little 360 and that was it. You know what I'm saying? I was into the Xbox ecosystem right there. I was like, alright, this is cool. And I was seeing all the games that were getting coming out, like Prey, Elder Scrolls, Viva Pinata. I was down. But then I really started noticing that a ton of games that was exclusive to PlayStation, stuff like Devil May Cry, stuff like Resident Evil, Final Fantasy, all those great Japanese games were making their way to Xbox. And it was really cool. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a little bit like what's going on here, but it was really, really cool. And Xbox took that lead because of it, because they had their own stuff. I remember the first time I saw Project Gotham Racing on my TV, and I was like, whoa, all the motion blur, this is crazy. So by the time I got my PlayStation 3 when that came out, because that came out like a year after that, I was like, what are they going to be able to do? And when they started coming with games like, so when I first saw MotorStorm, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, this is really crazy. But then after I saw Left, which was crazy, but in a whole different way, and that way was not good. Do you know what I'm saying? Sony was struggling, finding their feet with their exclusives. Even the first Uncharted, that's about, because I remember playing that when it first came out, because I got the 40 gig joint, and I remember playing that when it first came out, and I was like, that's the game my PlayStation 4 actually came with. And on launch, I got that and Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Those were the two games I got on launch for the PlayStation, on the PlayStation 3. And I was thinking, okay, this Uncharted game is kind of cool, but I don't know if this will ever become anything more than what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you know, there's games like Resistance and stuff. Like Sony, in the beginning, Sony had some okay games, but not enough to justify the price and the fact that this is the PlayStation Triple. Do you know what I'm saying? Which was funny because that's what, shoutouts to, I forgot his name. I think his name was Faisal. But yeah. Faisal and I, we both got PlayStation 3s on the same day, and he was like, oh, we got the PS Triple, we got the PS Triple. And we were just loving it. Do you know what I'm saying? Shouts to my boy Corey. He had one before me. Do you know what I'm saying? He was working a better job before me, so he just went in and picked one up and stuff. But even him, he wasn't too excited about the PS3. So come 2009, I think Uncharted 2 was literally the point where it all started turning around, where Sony and their in-house exclusives start clicking. Like Killzone 2, I don't care what some people have to say about it, but that game was beastly. I remember waiting and wanting to play that game so badly, if not just for the graphics. A lot of people were complaining about, oh, the weight and stuff like that. I think that weight added extra, just extra illness to it, man. Just extra real, and it wasn't as weighty as people were trying to make it seem and stuff. It just wasn't like a real Twitch shooter, like Halo or Call of Duty at the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Those games were Twitch shooter, very fast, very responsive. You know what I'm saying? So I could understand if that's your thing and you couldn't get with Killzone and stuff like that, but I loved it, and the multiplayer modes was dope. The only thing I didn't like is that you couldn't have that whole, you see like in Call of Duty where they have the lobbies and whatnot, you can just chill in the lobbies with your friends, just catching a bunch of jokes and stuff. That was really cool. That was really cool. So, as time goes on, Sony just starts giving it to them with the exclusives, just starts killing it. More games start coming out and stuff. You have Killzone 3, Resistance 3, Ratchet and Clank, all these games, Heavy Rain, all of these games was just coming out consistent. Metal Gear Solid 4, all of these games were just coming out. Even though Metal Gear Solid 4 came out before, and that was the beginning of the PlayStation having must-have exclusives. Shoutouts to my boy Flash. I remember him, he was working for Disney at the time, and I remember we was talking on the phone before we was going into work. And I was like, oh man, I have to go and pick up Metal Gear Solid today. And he was like, what, that's out? And I was like, yeah. He literally went into the store and bought a PlayStation 3 and Metal Gear Solid 4 that morning. Like literally, I heard him on the phone. He's like, oh, excellent. PlayStation 3, Metal Gear Solid 4. I was like, this man plays no games. Well, apart from PlayStation ones. And Metal Gear Solid 4 apparently. But it was legit crazy. It was legitimately crazy. But that just shows the power of exclusives. So at that time, okay, so we got Shuhei on the team. So we got Shuhei on the team. Let's get back to the team then. So yeah, who we gonna have to go with Shuhei? We gotta. We've got to have someone to go with Shuhei. What team be this? I'm feeling that. Okay, so the black version of Elizabeth. We might be able to rock with that. Hold on, let's see if there's a black version of King. There's no dark skin version of King. I can't respect that. No dark skin version of Chris, of our boy Chris. Well, we can't have Chris and Shuhei on the same team. Hold on, people. This is getting political out here. Antonov. Nah. They gotta come proper. They gotta have more dark skin certain cats out here. That sounds like a good team to me. But so that just sounds good though, as a team, right? Shuhei, Andy, Elizabeth, SAE. I like that. Let's get a dark skin version of Elizabeth. Oh, they got dark skin baby of my version of my baby Angel. So we ain't practicing. You all, one of my favorite characters. A girl hates her and the way she dresses. I like her. Dark skin version of a girl, Blue Mary of Chaos. Okay, let's practice on. Let's see if they got dark skin version of a girl, Leona. Everything about this is wrong. Everything. How can you not? Girl, you playing? Okay, we're gonna have some Elizabeth on Elizabeth action. So yeah, bear with me while I'm getting my swag up. I'm getting my little swag to get my Elizabethan swag, if you will. Shoutouts to Dragon Doll for hitting me up with the little lighting situation I got going on and shit. Stuff and oops, hopefully still get monetized, but yeah. And sugar honey iced tea, do you know what I'm saying? Ooh. You see that? You see how mentioning something that my girl did for me probably has gotten the stream demonetized. Never give these women any props. Ooh, she's got a little swag. She has got a little swag though. Let's see what she got. Ooh, she be laying to be done. She be laying a bit. Ooh. Can she? So anyway, Sony's finally striking back with their exclusives and stuff, and they're doing well in the PlayStation 3 era, and they've got games like The Last of Us and all of that stuff, and we know the story from there. Sony just, you know what I'm saying, kind of, they caught up, the PlayStation 3 caught up to the Xbox 360 and surpassed it before the generation was over. And yeah, Sony established their business model that, okay, the PlayStation brand is going to get exclusives from third party, but we're going to have our own exclusives as well. And that's definitely, so honestly, that's when I'd say the PlayStation brand more came into its own. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's something we definitely have to respect about Nintendo, and to some point Sega, because they had their own exclusives, they ran with them, and they gave them their identity. Say what you will about Halo or Gears of War or Forza kind of being played out at this point, but those three games are the identity of Xbox. And to tell the truth, that's one of the things that kind of hold, like, Game Pass is really cool, but they need to, I think Game Pass should be just an extra feature on top of the Xbox family, which it is, but Xbox need to make their own in-house software more, how can I, they just need to give it more je ne sais quoi. They need to make it so these games excite all gamers whenever they're announced, not just the Xbox fan base. Like stuff like Halo, it's really cool. When a new one gets announced, it's like, okay, Halo's back. But that's only for the core gamers and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Halo is definitely not the phenomenon that it once was. And even then, it wasn't like something like a Mario, which which everybody knows and stuff like that. And it's not as critically acclaimed as like Sony's titles and stuff. Xbox definitely need to strengthen their core contingency of what they have at this moment in time. And that's one of the things that Sony managed to master by the end of the PS3 generation. They was like, okay, we're going to have these great homegrown games that only we make, and yeah, they're going to be the face of PlayStation. So by the time PlayStation 4 came out, it was they had their formula pretty much set in stone, and they knew how to execute. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, we're going to execute. We're going to have these games, these big homegrown games. So by then, Uncharted was already a big force to be reckoned with. So they could sign out and sign off with the Uncharted series. You know what I'm saying? So this is the last Uncharted that y'all are ever going to see. Well, for now, this is the last Uncharted, because they'll probably make another one. But yeah, Uncharted 4, they sent Drake off in tremendous fashion. And The Last of Us, well, I'm not gonna lie, less said about The Last of Us 2, but at least, it was still there. To tell the truth, The Last of Us should have been like a 20, 30 million plus selling game, but we all know what they did and the reason why it's not. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest, okay? No fanboyisms here. So, but still, they still executed. The Ratchet and Clank series went to whole new heights. They had, oh my gosh, I can't. Funny enough, like the PlayStation 4 generation is still going on, but they had so many games, I can't even really think of all of them and stuff. So we have games like Horizon, which I'm not gonna lie, I did not complete the first Horizon because it came out at the same time as Breath of the Wild, and I couldn't help comparing both of the games. And sorry, Sony, I love you, but Breath of the Wild had that stuff beat hands down. That had that sugar, honey, iced tea beaten hands down, man. We talk about hands a lot on these night chat streams, but man, there was no comparison. I remember playing it for the first time. The video's up. The video's probably still up on. If you scroll like a couple of years down, you'll see it. Like, man, there was just I couldn't help comparing it because they both had that sense of exploration, but Breath of the Wild was just, to tell the truth, I couldn't wait to quit playing that game so I could go back to playing Breath of the Wild. I was actually falling out of love with playing video games for a long period of time. You know, sometimes you see a game and you'll be like, okay, cool, that game's cool. Let me just give it a quick spin. And that's where I was in the moment of my life. I was definitely concentrating more on music and university at that time. But, you know what I'm saying? Breath of the Wild just had me, man. That literally got me back into, well done, Nintendo, well done. But anyway, we'll talk about Nintendo another time because they aren't innocent. But as far as keeping the business model that we expect when we buy these consoles, Nintendo are doing their thing. Hold on, let me hit the vape. It's time to hit the vape. Hold on. Yeah. By the way, can you believe that your boy's almost 40? Looking good out here in these gaming streets. Yeah. But anyway, so Sony have turned it around, built this huge staple. Do you know, I still haven't even played Ghost of Tsushima yet. Do you know what I'm saying? Fuego title. Do you know, Sony have got so many titles, especially on the PlayStation 4 generation. Infamous. How could I forget about Infamous? Well, they haven't made one in a long time. Like Infamous, I'm gonna do a video on Infamous. That's gonna be the video I do after next, because I would love to see a new Infamous. But you know what they should do as regards Infamous? They should make Infamous create a character and multiplayer. Do you know what I'm saying? That would be so dope. So you would have like a bunch of, let's say you could pick from about 8 powers in the beginning, and you could design your character, and you could form a team online and go online and play. Why they haven't done that? They could have just done, that's what, like, so they see how they made Second Son for the PlayStation 4. That should have been what they did afterwards instead of that First Light nonsense. You had the engine, you know what I'm saying? Just make a couple more powers and make us be able to run around in that city. Give us a new villain and stuff, and kind of make it like X-Men. Do you know what I'm saying? So we create our character, and we've seen games with creator characters being the main focal point of a story. They could still have the moral system, whether you're good or bad and stuff like that. So by the end, you and your boys or girls that are playing that game, you're either going to be the X-Men or the Brotherhood of Mutants. Man, this is why I'm currently studying computer science, because I really want to open a video game studio and whatnot. Well, a small one in the beginning, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I think that would be a dope idea for another Infamous. And Infamous was one of many games, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, that just solidified Sony where they are. So what are the reasons why Sony, the PlayStation 4 was just flying off shelves and whatnot, and is one of the highest selling consoles even to this day? Is because of the way they did what they're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? The way that they did what they're doing when they're doing a darn thing. You know what I'm saying? The way that they did what they're doing when they're doing a darn thing in your fizzle. No, but seriously, the PlayStation staple was great. It was amazing. Huge games which you could only get on PlayStation. And the PC gamers, it was always there. You know what I'm saying? They always had that vocal, hey, this is PC, this is great. You know what I'm saying? You need to be on PC. Shouts to my boy Michael. He's part of the PC brigade. You know what I'm saying? And games like Infamous, God of War, all of that made them realize that, yo, I gotta get a PlayStation 4. These exclusives are too banging. Bloodborne, do you know what I'm saying? I need a PlayStation 4. These exclusives are banging. And that has been Sony's ace in a hole. Do you know what I'm saying? But now that they're starting to bring more games to the... is that what a Mushi has? Hurricane, Fireball, Dragon Punch. That's not good. Oh no. Oh. Oh yeah, she can definitely get played with. Oof. all these great games that you can only get on PlayStation, which convinced not only other console owners to come over to PlayStation, but PC owners or people who weren't even, you know what I'm saying, bothered about video games, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of people who bought a PlayStation 3 because of the Blu-ray capabilities. One of my other boys, do you know what I'm saying? James Samuel. He's been a bit of a gamer, but he's more of a musician and whatnot. And more of a tech head. But he bought himself a PlayStation just to be able to, you know what I'm saying, play Blu-ray. This I don't even know why I didn't even get into this character before. Well, she was kind of bad in KOF. Well, hold on, let me try something. Oh, but you got counters as well. Ooh. Let me see if she has it. This character is really good though. There's not steps on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful. Okay, cool. Oh, look. Oh, the slaps. Hold on. Sorry, people. Oh, can we drop all that again? Take these slaps. Oh, take these golden grain slaps. What? Take these. Ooh! Hold on. Hit it with the golden grain. Golden grains. Oh. Golden grains. No way, there's got to be a way. Ooh, I knew you could. Hold on, though. Why isn't it hitting there though? Hold on. I just need this to see if I could actually. What? Why is that? Oh, that's it. Them golden grains combos there, you know what I'm saying? Alright, that's too much. But basically, on the PlayStation 4 generation, Sony definitely came with the exclusives. Do you know what I'm saying? And they definitely did a good job maintaining many reasons why you should be a PlayStation customer and enticing people over. Now, because Xbox exclusives weren't selling as much as Microsoft wanted them to, we have Game Pass. And, well, even before that, Microsoft was like, okay, they're not selling well enough just on a console for us to justify keeping them console exclusives. So what they did is start bringing them to PC so they can make up their bottom line, which I really respect. Now, that works for Microsoft because the reason why I respect... Oh, why do you respect it for Microsoft and not for Sony? Simple. Microsoft already had that relationship with the PC. Do you know what I'm saying? They were a PC brand before they were a console brand. So why, you know what I'm saying? that was pretty much a no-brainer, to tell the truth. Because why wouldn't they tap into the, oh my gosh, why wouldn't they basically tap into an existing fan base that already support them? Doing anything else would be pretty much silly. You know what I'm saying? They already have serious brand recognition with PC owners. So I keep doing that move off this by accident. I don't know why I keep doing that. Brain farts. But yeah, Microsoft already have a ton of PC. Microsoft already have a, sorry, we start concentrating on this, getting this number right. So Microsoft already have a ton of recognition with the PC fan base. So it already makes sense that, ooh, there we go. Stop concentrating on the cover. So since Microsoft already had a ton of brand recognition as regards the PC fan base, it actually makes tons of sense that they go that way. So Microsoft putting exclusives on a PC eventually, or even day and date. I do think they should have, they weren't even doing them day and date in the beginning, they were just doing them. So Microsoft going that way definitely had some merit, especially because of brand recognition. Cool. But when Sony started doing it, it was a little bit weird. Do you know what I'm saying? And Sony experimented with it in the beginning, towards the end of the generation. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was a little bit more palatable, because at the time when Sony started doing it, the games were old. But I'm not gonna lie, even that being said, these games are the PlayStation's identity, and Microsoft's identity is kind of linked to the PC anyway. When you think PCs and stuff, you already think, oh, Microsoft. Even though Microsoft isn't the owner of every PC operating system out there, you know what I'm saying? Might as well be, but that's not how the thing goes, you know what I'm saying? So, but they already have such a good brand recognition with PC. You might as well put games on there, you know what I'm saying? Especially with some of the games that they were making, like Forza, which you have a ton of racing games on there, or the flight simulators. And the dope stuff about that is that Microsoft was also utilizing games to come from PC to the Xbox. So you'd have things like PUBG and State of Decay. I think I'm not sure if that started off as a PC game and stuff, but I know they had a couple of others. Do you know what I'm saying? So games like PUBG, which was huge on the PC, coming over to Microsoft and stuff, to the Xbox, and it was just like, okay, cool. So you was getting almost a fair exchange. Do you know what I'm saying? Games coming from the PC to the Xbox, games going from the Xbox to the PC, and the fact that both identities are already intertwined, yeah, awesome. This is great. It's what works. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we fast forward to now, everything's almost homogeneous, you know. Both of the platforms are like this, essentially. But if we look at things like PlayStation doing it, it just doesn't ring the same way. You can tell Sony are only doing it to make a quick buck. So they are kind of diluting their console identity. Do you know what I'm saying? Because let's face it, if these games aren't Sony exclusive anymore, it's like, what's the point of owning a PlayStation? Like seriously, what is the point? Do you know what I'm saying? Nintendo are not going to start doing this. Let's just throw it out there right now. Nintendo aren't going to start doing this. I can't see it. Do you know what I'm saying? There's probably a lot of people who would love to see that, but Nintendo aren't doing that. Nintendo aren't doing that. They know that their strength lies in the power of their exclusives. So why on earth would they dilute that power? Do you know what I'm saying? Why would they dilute the reason why they've been around for so many years? Mario is a video game institution. Like, look, there's about to be a Mario movie in theaters. Do you know what I'm saying? Sony have tried that. Kudos to them, but they just haven't managed to get it right at the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I haven't seen the Uncharted movie yet. Do you know what I'm saying? But I haven't heard too many good things about it, and it wasn't a success. The Ratchet and Clank movie not being a success is something I am really surprised about, because Ratchet and Clank is even if it's not one of Sony's most popular franchises, and Ratchet and Clank always does well when it comes out, always sells well over 1 million copies, but I'm surprised this movie didn't do well, especially when at that time CGI animated movies were just popping. So I'm not sure. You know what? That's a movie I actually want to watch, actually, because I can't understand why a movie like that didn't do as well in the time it came out, especially when like CGI adventures and stuff, family movies were all the same. So unless it was just written really badly, or it was just bad timing for the release, because I think the Uncharted movie release was I don't think it was timed very well. I think there was a lot of movies, like a couple of Marvel movies that came out around then that would have just drowned it out and stuff. But either way, they had strong franchises to put on and whatnot for films and stuff. And it's just a shame. It's just a shame. It's just a real shame. A lot of Sony's games have brand recognition, and what they are definitely doing now is diluting the brand. And as I said, you will not catch Nintendo doing that. They know that their strength lies in their first party, and they are going to exploit that. That's one of the reasons why the Switch is doing so well. The Wii U was the problem, do you know what I'm saying? And we see that now, because there's a ton of games that lived on a Wii U that were brought over to Switch and have sold like gangbusters. Mario Kart 8 being one of them. I can't believe it's selling as well as it is. Not because it's a bad game, because I think that's probably the most fine-tuned Mario Kart we've had in a while, to the point where they didn't even really have to make a new one, and they just thought, okay, darn it, we're just going to add new tracks, do you know what I'm saying, and that'll be that. But Mario Kart was just crazy. That is a game that you could just pick up and play with your girl any day and have a great time, do you know what I'm saying? My ex and I used to play the sugar, honey, iced tea out of that. Like back when I used to smoke, we would just play that, do you know what I'm saying? On Sundays, that would be our day. We'd roll up, toke up, and we just get to it, you know what I'm saying? And it'd just be crazy. But they know that that's where their strength lies. Their first party, there's no point diluting that. There's no point trying to change something that's broken just for an extra buck. And I'm going to give you my personal 2 cents. Sony shouldn't be doing this, or not be doing it with certain titles. They should be giving PC gamers a taste of what it means to be a PlayStation gamer, to bring them on board. Do you know what I'm saying? And certain games should stay off that list. God of War should never have been put on PC. Never. That is one of the games which people go out of their way to buy a PlayStation 4. Spider-Man should never have been on a PC, especially since Spider-Man's not even a real Sony IP. Sony purchased the rights to Spider-Man on a low when Marvel was doing bad, and they were able to capitalize, do you know what I'm saying? But that should never have went to PC. That should never have went to PC. And maybe games like Horizon Zero Dawn, games that are, okay, these games are cool and whatnot, maybe that could go over to PC. Maybe games like, I don't even think Ratchet and Clank should be on PC. Heck no. You know what I'm saying? If you want to experience why Ratchet and Clank is so loved and stuff, you come to PlayStation and buy it. Simple. You know what I'm saying? The Killzone, you can put that on PC, even though I think that should stay exclusive. Killzone is a game that I think would do well on PC. Not just because it's a shooter, but the whole story aspect. It's a really deep game, and because of you know, the different ranging of specs when it comes to PC, you can actually get it running really nicely, and it'll look gorgeous. And okay, let me come over to PlayStation and see what these guys are actually working with. But just putting everything and anything on PC, Jim Ryan does not know what he's doing. Like, the fact that he bought Bungie for the price he did purely shows that. Do you know what I'm saying? Bungie are a cool company, but they're nothing like Capcom or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Nothing like Square Enix and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Bungie only have one real hit to their name, and that was a long time ago. Halo. Like, what are Bungie really gonna do on a PlayStation? They should have put that money towards buying Square Enix, because right now they're in a bidding war for Square Enix, and giving Kojima money, do you know what I'm saying, to bring his team over. Those two purchases would have done a lot more for the PlayStation brand than buying Bungie. I think that was really stupid of Sony, but that's not the topic of this night chat. But yeah, ooh, them Elizabeth, stop hitting them with combos like that, Elizabeth. Hold on. Oh, cool. Get up, get up. Ooh, what are you talking about? Alright, she's definitely making the team. Look at that. Well, let's see if we can link that. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie, this controller is just weird. Of course it's a nice combo, bro. It's me out here. Oh, really? I told you, this PlayStation is my controller. Really? Oh, hold up, sorry. 1, 2, 3. What? Wow, that punch has tons of this stuff. Cool. Oh my gosh. Wow, that. Okay. Oh, these moves can be so annoyingly difficult to do, but that's 1, 2, 3. But I actually just keep forgetting which one I'm actually doing. What? That move just chose not to come out there. Cool. Up in the air. What? Dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why did I hit nothing? But anyway. Before I forget my point. Which I think I have already, I'm not gonna lie. Don, you Elizabeth, you and your excellent combos potential. I think I forgot my exact point. But yeah, Sony have a ton of gateway games which they should be concentrating on as the whole driving force to get people to buy into the PlayStation brand. And the fact that they're basically essentially selling out, because I guess you could call it selling out. Oh, let me get this line straight. The fact that they're just essentially selling out and diluting their brand, it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look, Sony. It's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually interested to see how this works. Do you know what I'm saying? Because games like God of War, they should never, ever have ever touched a PC. Spider-Man, never. Like, Infamous is a very cool game. I reckon that could work on PC. If anything, they should be reaching into their back catalogue. Do you know what I'm saying? So games that we haven't seen in a long time, like Resistance 3 would be, or the Resistance trilogy would be awesome on PC. Just imagine that, being able to run the games, you know, full frame rate, better shadows, ray tracing and stuff. Because Resistance 3 isn't a bad looking game to this day. So I'm just blowing my nose, people. But Resistance 3, and all of those games have great features, do you know what I'm saying, that would make them viable on PC. Look at Resistance 2's. Remember Resistance 2's multiplayer with 60 players? I remember actually doing that stuff. That was crazy. And it was awesome. It ran full speed and everything, man. Sony definitely should have kept some stuff for themselves, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if Uncharted's on PC yet, but if it is, you can see that Sony is all about the money. And at the end of the day, these companies are business. So the bottom line is the bottom line. But you've got to have some integrity to your business model. Right now, Nintendo are laughing. They are just laughing. Oh yeah, that's why I left playing Mario Kart with my ex. Like, Nintendo are super laughing right now. It's because they're like, what is this? Do you know what I'm saying? Jim Ryan is a blockhead. I don't like him. I've never liked him. Since he's taken control of the PlayStation brand, they've screwed up tons of stuff that they would have normally and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is this initiative? Seriously. And this isn't just coming from a fanboy angle and stuff like this. What is the point of this? You're going to make a couple of extra dollars and stuff like that here and there, cool. But you need to be bringing more console sales home. You need to be growing that PlayStation install base. Because all it takes is for Nintendo to have another hit. All it takes is Game Pass to become the industry standard. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you're back to be on your hind legs again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, all of these games that are coming to PC are eventually... Because people with PCs will wait. I know I would. If I was primarily a PC gamer, I know I would wait. Shoutouts to Michael. I know he's waiting. Do you know what I'm saying? He's like, cool. Like, last week, we were literally talking about this stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? It was like, one of the games that will never come over is Spider-Man. Because that's Sony's ace in a hole. And then lo and behold, less than a week later, Spider-Man's on a PC. Jim Ryan, you're an idiot. You and your blockhead. The PlayStation brother, shut up. I've already said that that company should have remained Japanese. Shawn Layden was a G. Not everybody's like Shawn Layden. Do you know what I'm saying? Jim Ryan needs to be slapped in his face one time, especially with the crud that's coming out on the PlayStation 5 at the moment. I haven't bought a PlayStation 5 exclusive in a while. The last one I bought was Demon's Souls. Returnal looks like a really good idea. I'll try it out on the PlayStation subscription and whatnot, and if it's good or not. If I like it enough, I'll weigh it up and I'll go and buy that stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? If I'm a kind of guy, if I like it, I'll just buy the physical disc and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the way I like to own my games and stuff. I will pay it for it and support it. But if not, what are we talking about? Like Ratchet and Clank, I still need to get that for real. So, but the only games I've owned is stuff: Miles Morales, Demon's Souls. I'd get Ratchet and Clank. Do you know what I'm saying? And Ghost of Tsushima, and that's only because I never played it before on PlayStation 4. I was just like way too busy at the time. So that's only 5 games, and this machine has been out for how long? Oh, we're the Uncharted collection! Didn't we have that on the PlayStation 3? What are you guys doing over there? Like, seriously, we're going to remake The Last of Us again. Like, whose ideas and stuff? Like, that takes money and resources to do. Jim Ryan is an idiot. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. It's just a byproduct of it. But yeah, so we got Jim Ryan being a butthead, a butt munch, and what else? Now Microsoft, their Game Pass thingy works for them. Their road to PC works for them because the brands are already so intertwined. They're already synonymous with each other. Like, Xbox games going to PC isn't really that much of an L. Do you know what I'm saying? And they were benefiting by putting great games from the from the PC on the Xbox. Now, I'm not so sure about Crossfire X. I haven't heard many good things about that, and I wouldn't be surprised if that game was trash. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sony, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you know what I'm saying? If you want better game sales, do you know what I'm saying? If you want your games to sell more, make better games. Make better games. Because this Forspoken stuff, this re-releasing The Last of Us as many times, it's not cutting it. It is not cutting it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised that, do you know what I'm saying, the PlayStation 5 games have been underperforming. One, because there's not that many of them in the wild and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. Shouts to Miles Morales, because that game has been consistently performing, leaving the chart and re-entering the chart and whatnot when more PlayStation 5s become available. Shout outs to like them, kudos to them, but games like Forspoken, games like Returnal, huge risks. Returnal has Returnal, you know what I'm saying? Huge risk, even though it's developed by Housemarque, and we already know that Housemarque make great games. But the protagonist is some old Caucasian lady. Who the hell wants to play that? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play this badass shooting game as an old white woman. No thanks. No thanks. If they was going to do that, they should have paid Sigourney Weaver for her likeness. Do you know what I'm saying? So everything the whole idea could have come together better. Because I could tell they was going for a whole alien thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the movie's Alien. But like there was nothing like attractive, and I don't mean like physically attractive, but there was nothing like just attractive about that main character that took me out of it, and I'm sure many others out of it straight away, which is why Returnal wasn't the huge hit that it should have been. Very interesting gameplay mechanic and whatnot, but come on, let's keep it real. Like, come on, what's that? When we play this game with this old white woman, no, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's we over there. Do you know what I'm saying? And Forspoken, yeah, no. Do you know what I'm saying? That game, mark my words, that game will flop. Do you hear anybody talking about 5 things, 10 things you need to know about Forspoken because you play it? Do you hear any hype for Forspoken? No. You know why? Because we don't want that stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Shouts to them for trying to be inclusive and use a black girl as the main character and stuff like that. But nobody asked that. How many black girls do you reckon have PlayStation 5s at this moment? Sony needs to stop putting political agendas in their video games as well. Do you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that stopped The Last of Us from being a huge seller. Do you know what I'm saying? The fact that they was doing all this woke sugar, honey iced tea, and there was just no need for that. Do you know what I'm saying? Killing off the series protagonist, where we didn't even get to see the end of his character arc. Do you know what I'm saying? So I bet you any money they're gonna have to do another Last of Us game set before Last of Us 2. I bet you. Because people want Joel. Do you know what I'm saying? People want Joel. Not this other stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why they had to remake the first one. What do we do? If they were actually smart, they'd take the second one out. They'd retcon the second one. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's my opinion. That game should have been that should have sold 10 million. Last of Us 2 should have sold 10 million copies in 3 days, or at least a week. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not shipped, sold, direct to consumer. People should still be talking about that game now. People should still be talking about that game now and clamoring for a remake on a PlayStation 5. But they destroyed that franchise and left a bitter taste in everybody's mouth. Real bitter taste in everybody's mouth. But Sony, if you want bigger game sales, because that's what this is about, these games selling more, and we can see Nintendo already putting it into practice. Do you know what I'm saying? We will sell our games on our platforms and they will perform, because we will make sure the games are feature rich before they even leave our door, and we will give you free DLC on top of that. And these games will just be banging. They will hit a certain spot in your gamer heart, which you'll just be like, man, gotta go buy this. I gotta pick up a Nintendo. Gotta pick up a Switch. Like, most people who are still gaming properly, they have a Switch, even if it's as the side console. If you're a real gamer, you have a Switch. Yeah. If you're a real gamer and you can afford it, you have a Switch. Do you know what I'm saying? If gaming is about more than frame rate and all that nonsense to you, and it's about the real experience of playing a great, innovative game, there's no reason why you do not have a Nintendo Switch. None whatsoever. None at all. You need a Nintendo Switch, dude. There's certain games, you're not playing RPGs like Xenoblade Chronicles. You're not playing games like Zelda. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not playing games that's just straight up fun like Mario anywhere else but on... You think I'm playing with you? You guys really think I'm playing with you, don't you? You guys really think I'm playing with you? Without this, you are not playing that. This is my shoutouts to Tafari, my little brother Tafari, you know what I'm saying? Or Judah's little brother, but you know what I'm saying? That's my man, do you know what I'm saying? Like, he sold me this, do you know what I'm saying? But this is my 7th Switch. My 7th Switch. I don't think you understand. This is my 7th Switch. No, it might be my 8th. I tell a lie, it might be my 8th. Do you know what I'm saying? It might be my 8th. This legit might be my 8th Nintendo Switch. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel bad saying that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because this console does what consoles are supposed to do. Provide great gaming experiences which you can only get. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at that. You don't even want to see how many games. You know, my games library on this console is so huge, yeah? I literally have to buy other Switches just to hold my games. I literally have to do that. That's not necessarily the reason why I did that, but it comes in handy. It definitely does. And I'm finna be a 30-something-year-old Pokemon trainer when Scarlet and whatever comes out, you know what I'm saying? Because Pokemon. Nintendo just got it like that. Nintendo just got it like that. I really hope they keep the traditional business model. I really hope they do. Because now with Sony bringing games to PC, just because they want an extra buck, it seems like Nintendo are going to be the only company that are holding it down the way they should have. You know what I'm saying? Literally. Shoutouts to Nintendo. I might become a Nintendo guy. Well, I'm a gamer first, so I go where the good games are. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. That's what everybody should remember. And so far, the exclusives, the real exclusives, they're on this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, I'm in the eShop already because I might buy something now. But anyway, let me know what you think about that. You know what I'm saying? Do you think I'm just overreacting? Do you think I'm having a fan thing? Or do you really agree that a console's identity is in its video games? And if its games are on point, what does that say about the console? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hello, it's your boy. Thank you for watching. Supporting the last couple of videos I've been dropping out. I know I went AWOL for a while, but I'm back now, giving y'all content. So hello, it's your boy. You know what I'm saying? S.H.I.N.O. Oh, I forget. I will be dropping a new video later today on the whole situation that I said before about Sony money hatting games to keep them away from Game Pass and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Do you know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned for that. But there will be more night chats later on. I'm so sorry I didn't get into, you know what I'm saying, actually one credit in the thing, but I'm going to practice with this team. Do you know what I'm saying? Definitely going to practice with this team. But anyway, holla at your boy. I hope you all have a great day. And yeah, sayonara.